Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we're going to talk about something that is a bit disturbing, but warrants some attention to. If you've ever paid attention to what the right wing does, if you have family members or friends that are right wing, that are Trump supporters, what you'll often hear, oh, there's a civil war coming. And I don't know where they get it other than the far right, those who want people to die, to be murdered. I mean, this is where some of the dangerous parts of January 6th came from. Those who actually had the zip ties, who were coming in masked and everything. Not all of them were that way. That's why I kind of refer to it as like a group of drunk college kids. Most of them are going to be just harmless and stupid. The others, yeah, they can be an actual threat. But they are the ones who are ratcheting up tensions, who want these civil wars, that who are the ones warning of a civil war. When is the last time you heard someone who isn't a right winger say, I want a civil war, or there's a civil war coming? I'd wager it's not many. You may hear voices here and there, but for the most part, it's going to be on the right wing that says it. They're the ones who want a civil war and are willing to commit violent acts to get it. You see this a lot. This is a story from PBS, but the article itself is an older one. Because I'm just wanting to show you how far this goes back a ways. This was 2021, not long after the January 6th insurrection. Yeah. The groups of hate, the groups of violence, the ones that want violence are your far right. Again, it's not everybody that's on the right, but it is the far right. They are the ones you can look at and go, yeah, these are the ones who want to see violence, who want to see acts of terror, who want to hurt, to kill. And yet, the Republican Party just says, welcome, welcome, welcome in, especially under Trump. Mr. Both sides, great people on both sides. Really? Really? Here's from the Hill. This was late 2023. Republicans just can't stop calling for civil war. Ask a MAGA Republican what will happen if former President Donald Trump is convicted. This is just if he's convicted, if the law is followed. to any of his four criminal in any of his four criminal trials, and the answer is almost always the same. Civil war! For what? Following the law because your candidate broke it. He stole documents. He had a chance to give them back. He wouldn't. There's some he purposely hid to keep the government from taking back. So yes, that is a clear case. The guy has always been a con artist and self-interested. And people keep looking at him like he's some savior. He's not. He's a selfish con man. I mean, everything he does screams it, and they're like, he's gonna save us. No. No, he won't. He don't even go to church. He don't believe in it. And they go, he's a great Christian leader. No. Even the Christians are like, oh, they pray for him and all this. You know, he's going to be the great leader God promised. It's like, no. We already had that in Jesus. That was supposed to be what Christianity was supposed to be about. But instead, no. And then when you point out the tenets of Jesus, how he requires kindness, you know, to fight hate with love, to show kindness. I've already made a video about this. I've got it in the video stack somewhere. But he talks about show kindness to your enemies. Turn the other cheek if they strike you. But instead, excuse me, could feel that one coming. But instead, we've got members of the Republican Party, the MAGA group under Trump, you know, going, I don't like the teachings. Like I said, I've made a video about this. Preacher talking about, yeah, this is disturbing. But no, they don't listen. They're so unwilling to listen to reason because they're been fed so full of the propaganda. It's ridiculous. Civil war warning issued by MAGA after Trump's guilty verdict. See, this was after the guilty verdict, the one they actually got, because it was the only case they could complete. I guarantee you all four cases would have been guilty, because he was guilty of them. The evidence was hugely strong. Hugely strong. But again, the far right, the MAGA lunatics, crying, there'll be a civil war. Again, you don't hear this on the left, but you hear it all the time on the right. I hear it all the time by right-wingers. It's not the left who's saying it, it's the right. They're the ones who are wanting violence, who are wanting a civil war, calling for it. then by Reuters. Even after the shooting here, after the Trump shooting, Republicans seek to pin the political violence trend on Democrats. The guy had one $15 donation to a left-wing cause that was more than likely one of these trap mailers that make you think, oh, I owe something, da 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 da. And yet, he registered as a Republican. He voted as a Republican. He looked at more right-wing media as far as social media and stuff. Yeah. But, you know, they did their damnedest to try to pin him as a Democrat. No, he was a Republican who was very dissatisfied with the leaders of both parties. Because he looked it up. He said, hey, whoever's closer, whoever I think I can kill. Trump was supposed to be right near where he was. Yeah, it's ridiculous. There was another article I was going to put up here where J.D. Rittenhouse was like, we need more people with the type of values of Kyle Rittenhouse. I didn't put it up here, but that stuck out to me. I'm like, oh, you mean the guy who killed 2 innocent protesters? Yeah, that's who we need. Sure. It's ridiculous. You know, and it kind of kills me because it's like people protest and average Americans are like, I'm just getting in my way. I'm just trying to work. I'm trying to do this. Okay, but they're trying to, you know, make change on an issue. You just want things to stay the status quo because you're like, I'm just trying to live. I know you are. But you being rather in the aisle of hating them rather than just, hey, let them do what they need to do, is not the right attitude. It isn't, honestly. And yet, we have on the right people wanting a civil war, people wanting to kill, people wanting violence. Ho-hum. Because it doesn't interfere with their day-to-day lives. You know, I'm fine. I understand people need a way to live, to survive. But things aren't going to get better if you don't look around and go, okay, maybe we need to do this. Instead of being, no, I'm just trying to live. Well, all you're doing is kicking the can down the road. Things need to be confronted when they happen. And this is a serious threat. And then their God King, Trump, has the Heritage Foundation wanting him to push forth their Project 2025 plan, which will greatly restrict the rights of many Americans. Hmm. I can see why Dr. King was so much more frustrated with moderates than he was with those who were more open and violent. Because it's like, you can help turn the tide, but instead, you do more to block us. You're like, just a little progress. Why can't we just hit progress as was? How long will it take us to get full progress if it's just going to be little baby steps, bit by bit? I mean, honestly. I can understand his frustration because it feels the same when looking at the far right and their wanting of death and destruction and civil war. Here is a clear evidence of evil. People don't care. You wonder how people like Hitler took power. People struggled. They were struggling. Germany was under such restrictions and everything following World War One, and the people just fought to survive. It opened the door for anybody promising change that they felt would definitively help them. Instead of understanding that, true change was not war, it was somebody who promised and showed they would build things into a better way. Yeah. But it's the far right. Again, it's not all right wingers. Not all right wingers are this way. But yeah, it is the far right we must keep an eye on. Away from the halls of power. Away from any ability to really affect America. Because right now, they're seeking to decimate much of what we hold dear. They've already decimated our Supreme Court, causing it to just throw precedent out the window, out the window, out the window, out the window, not give a damn about what we had or even what the founders wanted. It's what they can do for their party. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about this for a bit. I'll end this here. As always, Educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting these links I've got in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.